Hi, today I'd like to show you what a typical paleo vegan pantry looks like. You'll have to excuse the mess. It's also storage space and it's very small. So I'm going to start on this top shelf, and nuts and seeds are a very important part of having a healthy vegan paleo diet, and each one provides different minerals, different nutrients, and lots of protein. So I have Brazil nuts, I have raw cashews, all of them are raw and unsalted. I have almonds, walnuts, there are pecans in the back. Now I'm running low on seeds, so I just have a teeny little bit of pumpkin seeds, but on my list for groceries this weekend are pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds. But I also have nutritional yeast, which gives a really yummy cheese flavor to a lot of the dishes that I make, like a vegan Alfredo, or when I want to make my own cheese. And I'll show you some other ingredients that I use for cheese. And, oh, these are peppercorns, which come in handy for some spicy dishes. Now, I also have protein bars over here that do not have any dairy, no soy. So those are very important when you're on the go. If you're not sure you'll be able to find something that you can eat while you're out, you just pack a few in your bag and off you go. Flour. Here I have almond flour, I have coconut flour. This is actually ground up eggshells. I gather eggshells from my family members and dry them in the oven and then grind them. They're really good for my dog's food. They're also good for when I have granola to add a little extra calcium into my meals. Here I have coconut sugar. It's raw and unrefined. And this is empty. It normally has hemp hearts. I need to get those too. I have ground flaxseed, which are great for hot cereals or making a flax egg for certain baked goods. Chia seeds, also good for making a chia egg. So it's a great egg replacement, and they're also very high in a lot of different great things like calcium, protein, omega. Yeah, you just really want to have a lot of chia seeds. Here I have tapioca flour and arrowroot. And then over here, I'm reusing an old baking powder container, but I make my own baking powder. It is aluminum free, and it's also cornstarch free. So I have that, so I keep reusing that container. Baking soda. This is a must-have for every vegan pantry. Agar powder is great for making your own cheese. I've got a wonderful recipe for vegan paleo Gouda, and this really comes in handy. I also use it for like a gel type dish with ground strawberries and coconut milk. It's very good. In the back, I have things that I use less often, so I can't even recall what's in those. I think one of them had cassava flour. I have a replacement bag down here that I will put in there when I'm done using half of the bag. Now, in the back, I have raw cacao. And I have a lot of it because I'm a chocoholic. And next, down on the bottom are snacks and other canned goods that I feel are good and have minimal amounts of citric acid in there and absolutely no sugar. So I have some sriracha sauce. I have a desert pepper salsa, which I highlighted in my grocery shopping trip. I have canned pumpkin because autumn is right around the corner, and I love to make pumpkin pancakes and other dishes with pumpkin. Now, because I'm paleo vegan, I don't eliminate honey out of my diet. So I usually have agave, raw agave, and honey. So it depends on the dish that I'm going to make. I also have almond butter. in a glass jar. I prefer to buy things in a glass jar rather than plastic. I also have, now I've started buying less of Primal Kitchen products because they have too much oil. And when my cholesterol went up, I've nearly eliminated most oil out of my diet. So this will be for a very special occasion. Coconut cream. I have many cans of this. I make my own homemade sugar-free, well, I use coconut sugar, so I shouldn't say sugar-free. Refined, sugar-free, vegan ice cream. And this is terrific in it. And then I have coconut milk, which I use for making my own cheese. And I have vegetable broth. So I use that whenever, like this weekend, I'll be making a broccoli and leek soup, and I'll use the vegetable broth for that. And I'm pulling leeks out of my vegetable garden in the backyard. Snacks. You always have to have snacks. So I love these because they dry these, and I'm not sure exactly how they make these crispy, but with the rind on them. So it's dried fruit that has the rind still on it. And I don't know if you're aware of this, but most of the nutrients in fruits and vegetables are in the rind. Dates. Very important product for making a really good pie crust and making sauces. I have a really good vegan dressing that I make that calls for dates. So those are a must in the pantry. Now, for whenever I don't have time to make my own baked goods, I'll try to make sure I have simple meals in the pantry. So I eat very little of it because they do use rosemary extract as a preservative. So I try to minimize how much I eat. But these are really good to add to make cookies and cream ice cream. So that's why I picked this box up. These are just for snacks. Now, another thing that I wholeheartedly recommend, if I can get all of this back, Hue chocolate bars. The hazelnut butter is my favorite, but I did pick up a regular, just plain dark chocolate bar and cashew butter bar. So these are great. I minimize how much I eat. So it's usually in 4 sections, 8 if you count like the center where you can break it down the center, but I'll break off 2 squares and have that as a snack. So it's very good to have. Now, and I also have my on-hand granola that I like to have when I don't have time to make my own breakfast. And then I have other things that are stored in here. My coffee I keep in a different area. The vinegars and oil that I do use are also in another cabinet. But I do keep my tea in here, and I have this really cute tea box that a student gave me, and I keep my tea in there. And I have some extras up here for when this runs low. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed seeing the different things that you really should stock up on if you really want to follow a paleo and vegan diet, or just paleo. So, bye.